Hello and welcome to the birthday gift. This is the daily guidance for Tuesday, January 28th. Okay, so really quickly, I do want to just make sure patrons, all new patrons, you all know your benefits, because once you become a patron, every tier has access to all divine feminine, divine masculine readings. What you need to know, you have access to all of those. So any message that I am guided to do, any message that I'm guided to do, you have access to it. Okay, and also not only that, all patrons get the life path number readings at no charge. So just keep that in mind. You won't have to you won't have to purchase those anymore. They come with the patron support, okay? Because I do appreciate your support. This is about getting you all on your life path. That's why I'm doing this. And all tiers get life path number readings at no additional charge, okay? And I do again want to welcome all new patrons. All right. And I see that a lot of you are catching up on a lot of the readings that I've done in the past for the patrons. And I thank you for your comments. You guys are going to love it. I feel that as we continue, the messages will get more and more potent because I will be picking up on the energy of the group. Okay? Which is, I'm really, truly looking forward to it. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Please give me a message for Tuesday, January 28th. Two of air. Okay, so I'm getting stagnant energy here. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I feel like this energy is pretty much. It's pretty much what's going on. Like, there's a stalemate. In the collective, you all may feel like things are not happening. We have the Two of Air here. This is being unable to make a decision, being unable to, I guess, move forward. You see how they are like at head, like it's like they're both not going anywhere. And right now, you know, I'm not really an astrologist, but I do know that Pluto and Saturn are currently they're in conjunction. So, like, Pluto is the planet of transformation. It rules Scorpio. Okay. And then Saturn rules Capricorn, which is structure. It's the physical. It's the material. It's the real, what we call real, things you can touch, you can feel. So right now, those two are conjuncting one another. So the things that you're wanting, the things that you can feel, the things you can touch, unless you go through that transformation, you feel like nothing's happening. And that's why we have that energy right now. You got to go through that transformation. Like a realization of you being a changed person. It has to occur for you to manifest things, for things to come into the physical, for things to become a reality. I mean, just that in itself. Things that you are that you feel that you can relate to in reality, what we call reality. You may feel that there is like nothing's happening, like there's a delay, like things are stalled. And they're at heads with one another. And it's almost like it's two people who may feel the same way. Like, I can't get any further. And this one might feel the same way. You got two people who feel like things are at a pause, like things are at a stalemate. And I think this is a collective energy. I don't think it's just a few people. And honestly, I feel like this is the period that we're in. And I think that we're supposed to be feeling this energy right now. This is supposed to force the transformation, because we're moving into different times as people, as spiritual beings, living the human experience. We're right now supposed to be evolving. Okay, things that you used to allow with this new phase that we're going into, you can't really bring that in. So you're supposed to be purging out the old ways of doing things. So until that transformation happen fully, you won't feel like you can move forward. There'll be a stalemate. Okay. 9 of Water. Then your wishes come true. So after this stalemate, once we're done with this energy, your wishes come true. We have the 9 of Water. What does it say? Your wishes come true. Concerns fade away. A love life. You come out of the water. You see the mermaid coming out of the water, alive, colorful, beautiful. It's the sun is shining down. It's very bright. All of the cups are full here. So we have that coming in. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. We're just going through the phases here. That's all that's happening. So you have to go through that change, that transformation. Six of Water. Okay. All right. Some of y'all will manifest someone from the past. Some of y'all will end up meeting someone who you've had a past life relationship with. But we have Six of Water. This lets me know a lot of you are thinking about the past memories. You have a lot of fond memories. This can also mean there are issues from when you were a child that needs to be laid to rest. Okay. There are things from the past that needs to be rectified, guys. That's also a part of what this stalemate is. Again, if you haven't watched my video, The Inner Voice Chronicles, on letting go of resentment, I recommend that you do. That is a big part about moving forward. In order to move forward, you have to let go of any resentment that you have. Okay, this does not mean, and I'm not only referring to resentment that you have to a past romantic relationship. I'm talking about siblings. I'm talking about friends. I'm talking about parents. I'm talking about just any experience you've had from when you were a child that has kept you in a certain experience, a negative experience. If you've had a negative experience when you were a child and it's kept you harboring any kind of feelings, any kind of emotions, things that you didn't express, that's also the King of Cups energy, harboring experiences within you. Okay, so when the King of Cups kept coming out, I kept reading it as a person who's not expressing themselves. It's also you all who are holding in past experiences. Some of it could be so deep that you brought it from a past life. Okay. A lot of you will meet a King of Cups person, a person with that energy, because their job is to get you to release things that's been in for a while. Okay? So we have Six of Cups here. You have to remove any kind of memories or histories that does not bring up good feelings, especially if it's from childhood, okay? You have to release it. You have to release it. Okay, you have to. That's a part of this. It's real hard to do that for many of you. Well, I don't want to say hard. It's challenging, but you have to release it. Ego. It's another thing that needs to be released. Ego. Doing things out of fear. Your actions are being done because, or the actions you take are because of the way someone around you will react. Oh, I can't do this, otherwise such and such would do this, which can lead to this. And you all do that thing in your head where you think of domino effect, or that slippery slope there. If I say this, it might upset this person, which can lead to this, and it can lead to that, and then this could happen. A lot of you are in a certain kind of prison that you put yourself into. It says a false sense of entrapment. That's your ego doing that, where you feel that someone has, well, someone does. They have a certain kind of power over you. You may not see it in that way, but that's essentially what it is. When you can't allow, when there's someone who you're afraid of what their reaction may be, so you carry yourself in a certain way. That's your ego. Okay, we have lower ego. I think a lot of people think of ego as pride, and they're thinking of that. That's also lower ego, but they're thinking of it in that way, too prideful to do something, or too much ego to ask for help. But no, you have that lower ego where you're afraid of someone's reaction, where you're nice for the wrong reason, basically. I hope you all get what I'm saying. Where you're not able to be your true self because you're afraid of what someone would do. A lot of people do this with past relationships. After they're done with a relationship, they're still bonded. They're still in a cord of attachment. For whatever reason, this is the ex controlling someone with the kids, or with money. Some of you may have to deal with a legal issue every year because of an ex. Every year they have you in court, trying to, excuse me, trying to raise your child support. So therefore you act a certain way to keep this person happy, to keep you out of court. That's a form of control. Or they have a certain amount of relationship with people so you don't want them to talk bad about you. So you make sure, like, all of these things is what's causing this stalemate. There's so much things that need to be cleared. It's like you're so close to this nine of water. You're so close to your wishes coming true. But you got things from the past you need to release. You need to let go. You need to change. A lot of you have an unhealthy cord of attachment with people. This could even be at work. You know, you're not able to be yourself because the person or the people you work with have this amount of control over you and you can't lose your job. These are all things that's trying to help your spiritual growth. Guys, what are you willing to do to stand up for yourself? Your soul does not want to be down there. If you're operating out of fear, you're not growing. Your soul does not want to be down there where you are walking on eggshells to keep your job, where you're walking on eggshells to make sure your finances don't get entangled. When you're careful, like, you can't live like that. That's you're in a prison. You have to release yourself from those type of things. I mean, we're all different, so we all don't withstand or can't, or feel like we can't. I can't say we don't. We feel like we can't. There's nothing you can't get out of, okay? I mean, in conversation, during this human experience, we can convince ourselves that we must do something, otherwise to keep the peace but if your higher self feels like it's being suppressed, you're asking for a tower moment, because believe me, your higher self, your soul, will not stay in that place of entrapment for too long. If you don't get yourself out of it, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You cannot stay in an unhealthy environment for too long. Your soul will not allow it. Not if you're meant to be on your path. Not if you're in that spiritual evolution where you're growing. It's not going to allow you to keep yourself in certain states. It's going to break through, because this is yours. But if you are in this place where you feel chained, you feel trapped by not only people but things, we need to have shelter. We have to eat. So work is many people's false sense of entrapment. Like, I have to have this. When you start having that feeling that you no longer fit in a certain environment, that means it's time. It's time to change. It's time to do something in a different way. Some people stay in the same unhealthy work environment for 20, 30 years because they must retire. If you start feeling like things are not working, that's your spirit telling you, hey, start applying somewhere else. It's time to start your business. Time to start doing what you're passionate about. Change is needed. If you don't do it, it's going to be forced. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Either you initiate it or you let the universe initiate it. That's that tower. You can initiate the tower. Those are what I call good towers. Or you can just let the universe do it. Okay? That's those of you who lose your house to foreclosure. Those of you who get laid off or you lose your job, you're terminated. Those of you who deal with third-party situations or whatever, and then you get a divorce. When it gets to that point, it's because you let it go on. You let certain patterns occur over and over and over and over and over until it has to blow up in your face. A lot of people just ignore things. Red flags, you ignore them. You let things pile up. You sweep them under the rug. You don't discuss things. You hold things in. That's that king of water energy. It's not just the other person. That's why it kept coming up. It kept coming up because it's not just the other person. I kept reading it as the other person. It's not the other person. It's you too. Holding things up, bottling things in, not removing yourself from situations. No, if you are not happy, your spirit will burst out if you're not happy. Okay? That's that ego doing things for the wrong reason. Making it make sense. Oh, I'm going to do it. I have to do this for another year. When people say stuff like that, when I hear people say stuff like that, I feel like, oh my God, that tower is going to come within this year. Oh, I have to do this for 2 more months. I feel like that tower is going to come within that 2 months. Because when you say things like that, it's testing. It's testing the universe. It's testing the higher self. Your higher self wants to scream. When you say things like that, I got to do it for another year. Your soul is like, what? Another year? Oh no, get me out. Get me out. I'm in jail. I'm in jail. Get me out. So you literally just put a timeline on your tower. You just created your tower within a certain time frame. When you do stuff like that, oh, I only have to take this for 6 more months. Then I can leave. Then I can do this. Then I can change the way I'm acting. Then I can, okay, all right. It's all, we have free will, so it's all your choice. But just know that's a part of why we have this stalemate energy. Justice. See, things will start balancing out. You have to stand up for what you know is right, right? The decisions that you're making, make sure they're fair and make sure they're just. Make sure you're not on the wrong side of karma. Don't create imbalance in your life. Don't let this negative fear-based thoughts, feeling like you're stuck to a situation that you're not. I mean, unless you are like legally locked up in prison, you're not stuck. I don't know if people understand that. You have the power to do whatever you want. Do you guys understand that? I don't know if people understand their power. You have the power to create whatever it is you want. You are not stuck to anything. Free will is a pretty strong ability that we have. It's everything. Once you realize that, it's amazing the things you start creating in your life. Once you realize that, that's almost like the biggest secret that's not a secret. It's not a secret. Man, When you break free from those invisible chains, wow, that's like the best thing. That's the best thing you can do for yourself, for your higher self, for your soul. When you break free. Some of y'all are living the same cycle over lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. You're experiencing the same thing. You keep yourself trapped. You get here and you go through the same energies. You keep yourself trapped. And then you come back and you do it again. And then you guys are in this unhealthy cycle. Some of y'all have done the same experience a gazillion times, and you're here and you're still doing the same thing. It is time to break free. It's time to get your justice. Finally, this lifetime, you need to operate not out of fear. They're trying to give you your justice, balance you out, but a lot of you still here. You're close. That's why you're getting this message. You're close. See? You're close to Emperor having control of your life. This is about breaking free. It's time to break free. It's time to break free. Until y'all break free, we all experience this cellmate. This is a collective energy, guys. We are one. Those in your environment, those around you, affect you. I know we hate to hear that, or you may feel like, hey, it's not true, but guess what? When you're not growing, you affect all of us. You keep us down. Y'all need to let go of these chains. You need to release all of this. Feeling stuck to things. You're not stuck. You're not stuck. It's a mental mind fuck. I'm just going to tell you that, okay? It's time to take control of your life. And excuse my language. I just had to say that. The Emperor, he's in control. This is the business owner too. He calls the shots. For the sake of what I'm talking about, you should be calling the shot of your life, not letting somebody else, not letting something else, not letting the circumstances you're in make the decisions. If you're not happy in a situation, break free. It's time to break free. It's time to break free. And then I'm going to leave it there. I'm not pulling any more cards. Y'all need to let that sink in. I feel like a lot of people are keeping themselves in certain environments, and they've convinced themselves that they can. No. It's time to take back control of your life. It's time to be the emperor of your life, okay? All right, guys, I'll leave it there. I truly hope this was helpful. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.